And also, I just want to make this as easy and interesting as possible for everyone. So if you really need to interrupt me or make a question, stop me anytime. We are here just to show you how to do it and make your experience better. So let me start. I'm the CEO of Instant Solutions, a company based in lovely Rio de Janeiro. Who has been to Rio here, or Brazil, by the way? One guy? Well, I guess everyone is going to the Olympics, right? 2016 Olympics. We hope to see you all there. We are based in Rio de Janeiro, which is a much nicer place to be in Brazil than São Paulo, by the way. We are founded in 2003, and we currently have 25 employees, mostly developing mission-critical software for call centers. We've been working with Asterisk already for 7 years or so. Asterisk was when I started playing actually with Asterisk about 7 years ago. It was in its version 0.1, I guess. And we've done a lot of things over Asterisk. Before, a long time ago, there was no protocol driver for the MFCR2 protocol, which is extensively used in the third world. We developed a protocol driver for that. After that, we developed a Skype, which was the first channel driver for Skype Asterisk boxes. And then now we are developing and marketing Instant Voice. So what is Instant Voice? We are currently on release 3.2. We call it Bluefish. It's a very proven and stable solution for small, medium, and large-sized call centers. It's developed to be mission-critical. We have most of our customers use it on a 24/7 basis. It's based on Asterisk with quite a few hacks from us. It's proven to work on very demanding scenarios. I will show you one of them. And it's very easy to install, set up, maintain, and upgrade. These are some of our customers. Most of them are Brazilian companies, although we have quite a few international customers using it as well, and some global companies like ICAP. ICAP is the leading global trade company. The Brazilian branch of ICAP uses our solution on their contact center. Agora is one of our major customers. It's the Brazilian Charles Schwab, let's say. It's the biggest online broker in Brazil. Solução is one of our international customers. It's based in Africa, in Angola. Well, yeah, although I show you some of our Brazilian customers, you don't have to learn Portuguese to use our solution. It's fully localizable by you, customer, or you, partner. We already have translated it to 3 different languages. Brazilian Portuguese, which is somehow different from the Portuguese, American English, and Spanish. It's very easy to translate, by the way. Just go to the interface, choose the language that you want, and the interface changes automatically. Well, let's start with our case study, and we are here to show one of our major customers in Brazil. It's not the biggest customer that we have in number of calls per day. We have customers like 5 times as big as this one. It's not the biggest customer that we have in number of agents, but for sure, it's the most mission-critical setup that we have. Why? Because it's the government and it's the Brazilian FCC. It's so this is the agency, the regulator agency that sets the bar for the whole Brazilian telecommunication industry. So what do they have? They have a nationwide toll-free number, and if you have a complaint about your mobile phone service or your landline service or your cable TV, you dial in this 3-digit number from wherever you are in Brazil, and you can file a complaint and follow up on your complaint. This is a toll-free number. It works 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, and if you take the average, the last 12 months, it's about around 35,000 calls per day. So I guess you can learn two things from this. First of all, it's a quite intensive scenario, and the second thing that you can learn is that the Brazilian telecommunication companies aren't doing a really good job. And I was there one day, like listening to some of the recordings. It's amazing and outrageous what kind of marketing setups these companies do just to sell more to their customers. So people who bought plans that when they were charged it's wrong, or they bought a service that wasn't never delivered. It's a mess. Okay. So people call to complain about voice, mobile, video, and data services. Very complex issues because it's very regulated, and the answers are sometimes not straightforward. Let's say that you decided to change your landline address, and they charged you a fee for that. But in the middle of the process, you decided to cancel it. Can you have your money back or not? So these agents are not just answering regular phone calls. They usually go through extensive training to be able to answer these calls. So what we installed there was a complete instant voice implementation. It has a back-end integration with web services, so customers can call and dial in their protocol, their number, their protocol number we call, and see what's going on with their demand. And the service level is controlled by the minute. Why? Because the company who was hired by the Brazilian government gets paid by the service level. So these guys get paid like $1 per answered call. But if they don't answer the call in 30 seconds, they get 0. And if the service level drops by, let's say, 90% during the day, they have to pay back what they earned the day before as a fee, as a penalty. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, so if you compare with how it was working before and how it's working now, the average waiting time dropped from 5 minutes to 5 seconds. So you would call this number, and you would wait for 5 minutes to get answered. Now you wait 5 seconds. It's almost immediate. High availability, better profitability, of course, for the provider, and of course, better user experience. So some of the metrics. Operation started about 1 year ago. 35,000 calls per day. 40 gigabytes of call recordings per day. Every call is recorded. It's from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. As I said, 300 agents, 12 E1 lines. In Brazil, we don't use T1s, which carry 24 channels. We use E1s. It's the European standard. It carries 30 channels. So we can have at most 360 calls at the same time. The average wait time dropped, as I said, and that time, if you calculate in these past 12 months, was 99.95%. So when these telecommunication guys say that they are 5 nines, this is really tough to have. And if you calculate it, I will show it to you. This less than one tenth of a percentage point was like a stoppage, total stoppage of 3 hours in 1 year of operation. It's really tough to get to 5 nines. So picture is worth 1,000 words. This is the operation over there. 300 people working in a crammed environment. Not as bad of some call centers in India, but quite tight. These are the supervisors taking care. They can listen to the call while the call is being answered and help the agents. And this is some of the machines that we have installed there. I will talk about this a little bit more later. So this is the kind of drawing that the IT guys love and nobody really understands, right? But what can I tell you here about it is basically you have 12 E1s coming in to what we call the media gateway equipments. Then these calls are answered by media servers, and they get distributed by our ACD, automatic call distributor. You can also see that you have two sides. Actually, you have like 250 agents sitting on one side and 50 agents sitting inside Anatel, which is part of their quality control. So 250 agents are outsourced and 50 agents are part of Anatel own employee staff. Okay? So what is the hardware architecture? Are you guys familiar with audio codes? It's a media gateway. You plug in your E1s or T1s, and it converts from E1s and T1s to SIP. It's a very reliable equipment. You can use SNMP to control it. So we have 4 audio codes over there. You either go in ISDN or MFCR2, and they spit out SIP, the SIP protocol. Then these calls go into 5 instant voice media servers. Just for you guys to have a sense of what kind of machine this is. This is a Dell 400. It's a quad-core processor. And each of these machines can handle up to 120 calls. Every call is recorded. Okay? They also do IVR, interactive voice response. There's a small IVR tree. And they also do LCR, low-cost routing, when someone tries to do an outbound call. Well, these machines, well, you have 5 machines. 4 of them actually are working. One of them is in standby mode. If one of the machines breaks down or goes offline, the 5th one goes online immediately. Okay. Then we have 2 instant voice. This is a much powerful machine. It's a Dell 700 with 8 cores processors. It's the call distributor, and it works together with the media servers distributing the calls. Okay, they work active-passive, so you have one working and the other one in standby. If this one fails, there is a quite complex software setup that switches on the second machine, and the operation can continue without too much disturbance. Okay. And we also have a report server taking care of all the metrics and all the recordings. What is also very, very important if you are planning to do a setup like this is don't forget to put some sort of remote control on your machines. So in Dell, they have this feature called the DRAC, it's like you are 1,000 miles away from the machines, but you are using them as you were local. Okay. We also have redundant switches. This is part of that. So you have all the machines are connected to 2 data paths. If one of them fails, the call continues without any problem. And as I mentioned, 2 sites. So now a little bit about the software architecture. So we have this dedicated master call distributor with a slave companion. We use MySQL database working on a master-master replication setup. So everything that is done on one ACD is done on the slave ACD, and if any configuration is done on the slave ACD, it is replicated to the master ACD and it goes online immediately. Okay, and the media servers work together with this database to provide IVR. Everything in our solution is database driven. There's no configuration files. So I'm not sure if you guys are aware with Asterisk configuration files, extension.conf, all this, sip.conf. With our distribution, everything goes on the database. The moment that you go to our web interface and you reconfigure something, presto, it's online immediately. Okay. So the client-server architecture that we developed scales very well. The ACD load on a heavy load, like 250, 300 calls, the ACD load is like 1%. And the media server load is like 25%. You may ask, so why don't you cram more calls on this box? Well, as you start to try to process more calls with a single asterisk setup, you may start to have some contention problems like deadlocks, and so we decided to be